Hi, Lou Agave, Long Island Lou Tequila. Please follow my social media. Today I'm with Greg.
Hey, Aged Agave, sipping with Lou today. We got something special going on here.
Absolutely. Aged Agave's in the house. We're going to do a comparison of the two Ocho Widow Janes, the original, which we both love, the El Nacimiento, and the new 2022 Cerro del Gallo.
Yes, I just opened this one here, Lou, while you're talking. So the only difference, Lou, between these two is they just did a second fill. You know, obviously different fields.
Different fields. They're
different
definitely
agaves.
different fields and same barrels, though, right?
Same barrels that were originally held, the original Widow Jane. This is 8 weeks and 8 days, and they did the same thing with this. I believe it's same 8 weeks, 8 days.
I'm sure, yeah. And they're both single estate, stone, oven cooked, roller macerated, deep well water,
yep.
Open air wood fermentation without fibers, and double distilled in all copper and aerated. So Carlos and Fanny and all the rest of the gang down at Alan BK's, the new distillery.
Yep.
Yeah, now I'm 1474. He's been there. Hopefully I'll maybe take a peek of it. I'm going back down real soon with Gregory. And they made this, and Ocho is the best. I love Ocho. Like I said, I never met an Ocho I didn't like. It's clean. He's loved it for years. It's his thing.
I've always been an Ocho fan.
He's always been an Ocho fan.
I mean, you know what, Lou, just to interrupt, you know, they do a real true expression. It's really what I like to say is they rest. They don't age.
Oh,
you know,
no, light rest. Like a
rest.
nap even.
Yeah, I mean, look at the color, Lou.
Yeah.
It's very light. I mean, this is almost like a wet Blanco.
That's what these are. These are reposados. Oh yeah, they do like a baby nap. That's a good thing because we love Blanco, and Carlos apparently has the same love. And he picked these barrels. He did the right thing because these are really barrels have a lot in them for a light resting, and they're from the Widow Jane Distillery in Red Hook, Brooklyn.
This is the 10-year Widow Janes were rested in these 3 different barrels. They were from Tennessee, Indiana, and Kentucky.
Right.
They do a 2, 2, and 1 barrel blend, meaning so they take those 3 state barrels,
right,
and then they took 2 barrels of one, 2 in the other, and that's how they make their blend. Then they take this, then they fill lovely Ocho from a different estate,
right.
And here we are.
Here we are. And, Carlos is good friends with the owner of the Widow Jane. And, they use the lime water. Is that what it is from upstate New York? Limestone?
That's how they make the Widow
whiskey.
Jane.
That's how they make the whiskey. Yeah. But, it's that presence is in those barrels to a certain degree 100%. When Carlos gets them and brings them down to Arandas.
That minerality.
Yeah, so, and Carlos uses the deep well from down there when it gets to Arandas. So, yeah, let's give you guys a little idea of where Widow Jane is going now, how it tastes different and this and that. I think we love the original, right?
I gave it a 91, Lou. I don't know how you scored it.
I'm trying to remember. I think I was up there, 91 or 92.
I know the panel
flipped
gave
out
it a
for
90. I think, it's 45.5 ABV, both of them?
Both of them.
Right, so...
Well, it's all pretty much, comparable.
I mean, we like it, so we're not being...
Yeah, we love Ocho.
Yeah,
and we just went to the show with Jesse, invited us, Jesse Estes, and we were in New York City, and that's when I got to try, as a matter of fact, the Cerro Del Gallo Blanco. I went nuts for that. That was my favorite Blanco that night.
I know you did. You did like it.
I loved that. That was like, it tasted so different from, and they don't normally taste that different, but this one was different. I
find every once in a while one lot always stands out.
Yeah, to me that was the one that stood out for me. So which one do I have on the left here?
You have the original on your left.
The original on the left.
And the new Cerro is on the right.
The minerals are just wow.
Yeah,
right?
The nose is similar, but a little bit different. You can tell. Lou.
Brand new bottles. We just popped them.
I love the Ocho. I mean, I love the Widow Jane.
God, the Widow Jane is in my top 2. That and Fortaleza. If Fortaleza is more of a heavier reposado, this is more of a light. Even though it's light in color and light in napping.
But it's agave forward.
And it does have a lot of barrel notes and spices and everything from those rich Widow Jane barrels.
So there's a lot of people out there, Lou, that enthusiasts that either love it or don't love it. We happen to be on the side. We really happen to love what they did with this. This is one of my favorite repos of all time.
So right off the bat, the nose, it's a little stronger on the original, I think.
I think so too. I agree. I mean, I get more baking spice on the first one.
Something's a little different with this one. It's trying to think if it's more butter or it's more subdued a little bit.
It is. Color-wise, they're pretty similar, Lou. I mean, really, there's nothing.
Maybe the new one looks a little darker.
I don't know if it looks a little darker, but I'm going to tell you, listen, it's 2 months. It's really 8 days older than a Blanco.
It's unbelievable.
So they really take it out and they refill it with a new estate, the Cerro. And they let it rest for another 2 months. So it's really, the similarities should be pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, on the first one, the cooked agave, the oak, the cinnamon, whiskey, fruit, all of that was there. as we said in our review, barrel spices, honey.
Definitely a different, little slight difference in the nosing.
All right, so I mean, listen, again, we're comparing two great expressions or variations of an expression from a brand we like. So it's not like one is way better than any other. We're not here to do that.
We're not here to bash one or the other. We haven't tasted the second lot. This is the first time.
But I'll tell you, I almost got this for a second. I'm thinking it's light butterscotch on the second one, on the new one, a little more so than the first one. That would be probably. I like the nose on the original. It's by a hair. That's just me. What about you? I'm putting you on the spot. Come on.
That's okay. I agree. I think the nose is more prominent on the first batch.
Right. Okay.
But you know what? We've done this before, Lou. Where we've nosed something and then we taste it, and it's.
Oh yeah, the nose doesn't always perfectly match the taste. It usually does to a certain degree in good tequila, but all right, let's do it.
Salud,
Original, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good to see you tonight.
Always. Our first sip got a little heat.
Doesn't count. We just
I know, but I'm saying you're at 91.
Spices there, huh? That sweetness and spice. Yeah.
I mean, you can see the viscosity in the glass.
It's nice. Oh yeah, look at it. It's not even. It's just nice and thick, even.
I brought my special Ocho tasting glasses, so
we used them at the presentation with Jesse. That was a lovely time. We thanked Jesse for that, and Danny, who invited us.
I still enjoy that.
Wow.
Got a lot of baking spice, cinnamon.
Absolutely.
Get a little sweetness.
There's no reason, no wonder why we love this so much. In the
I got a little dried fruit, a little that stone fruit apricot.
Yep. Yeah. So now, so this is from a different field. It's a different Blanco than this was, but put into the same barrels.
Let's just give ourselves a minute to get this first flavor out of our mouth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, good idea. And I'm getting the butterscotch. I think that's what I'm gonna call it, or caramel. Maybe it's like a caramel. It's almost like those little square caramel candies we used to eat when we were a kid, right?
Yes, I
know. That's what it is. It's a little more caramel, I think, in this. Although it's, like I say, a more subdued nose.
This actually first impression. Don't get me wrong. We just went with this one. A little sweeter. I got a little more sweetness on this one.
Oh, definitely more. Definitely sweeter.
I'm going to go back and revisit the first one in a minute because we did get a little heat in the beginning. These are both, like I said, 91, ABV proof, 45.5.
45.5, exactly the same.
That's still pretty good, too. Lot 2 still drinking pretty nice.
They're both amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have looked it up, but I don't remember if I gave this a 91, 92. I could have even given it a 93, but let's say I gave it a 92. This would be a 91. At this point, I think I like the original just by a hair. They're both amazing,
Lou, it's
a little. It's hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you like the taste better than the nose on the new one, right?
Yeah, but
me too.
But I'm gonna say I still get a little of that back heat on the first batch, which I like because it's got that agave, it's got that tequila forward flavor. Listen, folks, when you're out there tasting tequila and you go, "Oh, that's hot," you're supposed to feel a little heat in there. When you don't feel that heat, when you drink that sweet stuff that's out there, that's not tequila.
Guys, I try to tell the young guys all the time, tequila is not supposed to be smooth and sweet. It's not inherently smooth and sweet. We're not saying you're supposed to have fire coming out of your mouth, but you're supposed to know you're drinking tequila. And I heard Carlos saying it once. If it's all oily and smooth and just rolls down your throat, that's added glycerin. And that's something's not right. It's not supposed to be like that.
So I like to say, Lou, it's when everything comes into balance. You are going to get a little heat. You are going to get a little agave. You are going to, but it's when the alcohol and the barrel notes and the fruit all come in. It's not when it's that now it's a lingering finish.
Right.
And that heat's not there.
Right.
That drops out. And what you get there is that cooked agave.
Right.
So,
right. I agree. You're supposed to know you're drinking tequila, and you get used to it. The more you drink the good traditional stuff that might have a little heat, but it's natural, you'll get used to it, and then you won't notice that heat as much as you do in the beginning.
My preference, one not over the other, but I'm going to say lot 2 is sweeter to me.
Well, I think it is already, but let me go.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting more sweetness out of this. Which, for all you people out there that like that sweet cooked agave flavor.
But it's not overly sweet. It's not ridiculously sweet. No. I think the new Cerro Del Gallo, the mouth, the taste is a little bit nicer than the nose for me. But I love the nose. But the taste is the winner. On this guy, it's both of them are great, you know? So it's like, you know, like I said, 1 point difference. I like the original, but these are really good. You guys are not going to be disappointed with either one. The first ones are hard to find now, right, bro? We're up to high numbers now, you know?
Yeah, 16,000 plus bottles were produced.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple other high numbers that we can't really answer for. But
right, we tried to get answers and it gets a little fuzzy.
So this is bottle, the new batch, I happen to have bottle 7,620. The old batch, we happen to have bottle 13,163. So
sounds like a lot, but I don't think they made a tremendous amount of them overall in the end, you know, when you really think about it. So what do you feel the same basic way? You think
I gave this a 91. I would definitely give this a 90.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
We're in agreement, maybe 1 point less, but both phenomenal, right?
Now listen, this is also new, and I don't know how long it's been in the bottle, but it's set. We'll open it up again. We'll taste it. We might turn around and go, hey, wow, this has just opened up amazingly, and we love it.
Really, we just popped them. But, yes, things change as you try things later on and stuff like that.
So, Lou, you know what I did? I did bring a regular Cerro. Do you want to do a review on that later on?
Oh, no, you brought the Repo, right?
Yeah, the Repo that's just not in Widow Jane, just in the bourbon
Let's go.
barrels.
We got it?
Yeah, you want me to do that?
Yeah.
I want to pause this and we'll come back and
So I'm going to clean some glasses out and stay right there. So, hey, we're back. So we're going to show you what the new Cerro Del Gallo Reposado is. It's different from the Widow Jane.
So the bottles, obviously, the label's going to look different. You're going to see this, and then you can hold up the, you can see the color difference on the labeling.
Right.
But on the bottom right here, it does say Cerro Del Gallo. It says 2022. So that answers, that's 2022, and the original Widow Jane was 2021.
So it's basically, it's from the same field. It comes from the same Blanco, but it's not in the Widow Jane barrels.
So we still have some left in our glass from the Widow Jane.
This is the new Widow Jane.
Open up the new Repo.
So we'll compare the Cerro Del Gallo Widow Jane to the Cerro Del Gallo regular Reposado, which I'm sure is in regular bourbon barrels.
Just color comparison, Lou. Again, pretty close. I actually think the Widow Jane's a little lighter.
Yeah, so do I. The one on the left here is slightly, definitely lighter, yeah. Okay, so let's check this out now. This is the original on the left, right? This is the new Widow Jane. There it is. And this is the regular Cerro Del Gallo Reposado. So this is even more faint than
I agree.
Than
this more prominent aromas on the.
So I thought the new Widow Jane was less prominent than the original Widow Jane, and now I think their regular Reposado Cerro Del Gallo is even less prominent than.
I agree, Lou.
In the nose. Doesn't mean just means.
We don't know. But let's go and taste the Cerro Del Gallo regular Repo from Ocho.
Still single estate, Which one you tasted first? The original?
No, I had that in my mouth already before. Totally different flavor profile. Not as sweet, but still great cooked agave flavors.
Yes, not as sweet as the Widow Jane version of the Cerro Del Gallo. And this guy, by the way, I've seen him for $65 to $99. That's not a really bad price for the Reposado.
So go back and
This is nice.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I would enjoy drinking this. Ocho's great. I mean, they're so clean. It's the cleanest brand around. It's unbelievable. They don't mess around.
Jesse and his dad Tomas, Carlos, they really were one of the first guys. They were the first people to really
come up with this idea.
Vintage date and pick the terroir, pick the acre, the lot that they're picking the agaves from, putting it on the bottle, and telling you exactly where it comes from, and that's pretty amazing. And then to have that Ocho style, that Ocho flavor profile stay consistent. I don't even know what number they're up on the fields right now, but I'm going to guess 35 to 40. This is probably like field number 40.
Well, Tomas was a wine guy, so he was used to varietals. I remember texting with him, and he explained to me how wine has the varietals from year to year, and he wanted to do something like that with the tequila, and him and Carlos worked it out where they thought it was a good idea, and let's give this thing a shot. Now you have another brand, as we all know, that's starting to do the same similar thing. Another quality brand, so that's cool. This is nobody trademarks something like this, I guess.
No, listen, I think it's actually great that you can actually trace the origin of where the agaves were actually planted, and you'll know the difference from field to field. And I think we talked about it earlier in another review, Lou.
Yeah.
Every once in a while that Ocho Blanco just really pops.
Yeah, and for me it was the Cerro Del Gallo at the presentation in New York. That Blanco blew me away. There's a big difference in the nose here.
I think it's a big difference in the flavor profile.
I'm going to go with the Widow Jane, Cerro Del Gallo,
I'm going to
by
say,
a hair on the nose.
I'm going to say, obviously, the Widow Jane's sweeter.
On taste.
I'm going to say the regular Cerro is a little bit more agave forward.
On nose.
On nose and
taste.
palate. The agave shines a little bit brighter.
I would probably agree with that.
I hope so.
The agave's there. Right. But this one had a lot of sweetness. And it's natural. We know there's no additives in any of this stuff, you know?
Well, I think the difference too, Lou, is like you said, these are 10-year barrels, the Widow Janes.
Right.
So they've got that whiskey bourbon
imparted in them.
I'm guessing.
Right.
And they might be 5-year barrels.
Right.
So hence.
I just happen to love those Widow Jane barrels. I think I'm just hooked on those.
I was at the distillery. I was at the Widow Jane distillery in Brooklyn and last month actually, and they make a rye, they make a whiskey, they make a bourbon there. I mean, it's amazing, and it's right there in Brooklyn. If you live here in New York, I highly recommend just taking a tour over there at
Absolutely. Jane. What would you rate this new Cerro Del Gallo Reposado?
Off the cuff, Lou, probably like an 88.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I would go with an 87, 88 myself. So I'll call it at least an 87, and
because this is an easy sipper, Lou. I mean, I can.
Oh man,
it's just
delicious.
agave forward. If I didn't taste the Widow Jane and you put this in front of me and blind it, I'd be like, hey, this is a great repo.
Right. So we gave you a comparison of the Widow Jane, the last year's and this year's, and we threw in as a bonus the new Cerro Del Gallo Reposado. So this is Lou Agave and aged agave.
Thank you, Lou.
Salud.